Okay, so let's get started. As you know, over the past month, I've been to multiple meetings, workshops, and training classes, and it's been driving me crazy because I haven't been able to share any of this information with you before today. So let's lay some groundwork. We're all aware of the incredible impact technology in general, and the internet specifically, has had on our industry. It's not so long ago that we tracked our new listings in books or on cars, if anybody remembers this.
That's a lot.
Our newspaper ads, bulk mailings, that was our way of marketing tools and that type thing. Do you remember carbon copies of contracts or telephone messages being left on while you were out notepads? Look at where we are today. Communication happens in real time with email, smartphone, and text. How about our marketing tools? Property listings have their own websites with dozens of high-definition photos, virtual tours, YouTube videos, etc. Even our buyers, they have instant access to mortgage rates, criminal statistics, test scores of various schools. Talk about the informed consumer. The internet has allowed us to market to millions of people, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The internet has revolutionized almost every aspect of our business, and if we needed proof of that, NAR's 2011 profile of home buyers and sellers provides it. NAR's study states that last year, 90% of people who purchased previously owned homes used the internet specifically in their home search. 90%. What about the other 10%, you might ask? Great question. They may have not personally used the internet in their home search, but 89% of all buyers used the service of an agent in 2011. So it's pretty safe to say that someone used the internet, probably their agents, in those transactions as well. Here's another amazing statistic for you. In 2011, 40% of all home buyers found their new home online. That's up from 8% in 2001 and 24% just 5 years ago. In fact, in 2011, 91% of all buyers across the United States found their new home in only one of three ways. They found it online themselves, they used an agent or a builder's representative if it was new construction, or they saw a yard sign. Do you know how they did not find their new home? Newspaper ads, home magazines, or print advertisement of any kind. Nationally, only 2% of all business came from print last year. Here at Prudential, Fox & Roach, that number is even less. Based on the statistics provided by you, our agents, less than half of 1% of all business came from print in 2011. As a company, we've always been keenly aware of the impact technology has on the home buying and selling market, and we've always prided ourselves on being ahead of the curve. However, based on these and other studies, along with the input of our top agents, it became apparent that the curve was moving faster than anyone anticipated. Therefore, we made the decision to stop investing in an obsolete marketing tool of the past, print advertisement, by mid-year, and greatly expand our digital marketing platform with an emphasis on cutting-edge tools of the future. With this decision made, the company conducted comprehensive research to identify the best tools and most innovative providers in the industry today, in order to create a platform that would, 1, automatically provide every product and program to every listing, 2, increase the number of leads generated and drive those leads directly to our agent, provide tracking and reporting in an attractive, transparent format, and allow for seamless scalability so that new programs and tools can be added as soon as they're created. As a result of this research, along with the investment of a great deal of money, Prudential combined the best tools from a group of the most progressive technology companies in the industry to create the system I have the pleasure of unveiling to you today. Prudential Fox & Roach's exclusive and unparalleled digital home marketing system. we can take applause on my techies.
I'm very excited.
The digital home marketing system is a 100% digital program that engages the consumer in a medium chosen by the overwhelming majority of the home buying and selling public, the internet. It's comprised of new programs and some enhanced versions of our existing programs. So, first, we will continue to place all of our Prudential listings on hundreds of national and local websites. The combined traffic on these sites is in excess of 66 million unique visitors per month. No other company provides greater exposure for its listings than Prudential Fox & Roach. We will continue to pay for the enhancement of all of our listings on Realtor.com, Zillow, Yahoo, and Trulia. This means that our listings are among the first in any search on these sites. We will automatically create a YouTube video for each listing, tagged with key geographical terms to enhance the positioning of any property in any internet search and drive that traffic to our website. We will automatically create a virtual tour for each listing, an enhanced one. Enhancement means that the number of photos will double to 12 and the length will increase to 60 seconds. You'll be able to email your virtual tours and post them to Facebook. We will automatically create a website for each one of your listings, one with its own unique domain name. You'll be able to use your domain names in your promotional materials, signs, as destination points for your QR codes, Kathy, whatever you choose. You'll have the option to do some customization, such as adding high-resolution photos once the website is launched. I want to stress, however, no customization is required. You take the listing, the company automatically creates the website, you take the credit. Next, there's a lot more.
That's nice. Yeah.
We have a GPS-based system called Home Text, which will allow you to dramatically increase your business from sign calls and give better feedback to your sellers. Anyone can text the number 59559 from in front of any one of your listings, and automatically you enter the message PFR in the message box. Within seconds, they'll receive information on your listing and every other listing in the area with your contact information.
Wow.
They'll be able to push a button. They'll be able to push a button and be connected to you instantly. Automatically, you'll be contacted with the prospect's cell phone number and listings. Besides for being a great listing tool, you'll be able to register your buyers. So when they use the system, they'll receive listings with your contact information and you'll be notified of their activity. This system works on any MLS listing, and once registered, buyers will receive information on your competitors' listings, but with your telephone number.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Hold till the end and we'll do Q&A. Next, we have an optional, streamlined system for inputting and updating to Craigslist. It's an attractive format and it's very easy to use. You'll be able to link your MLS listing to your Craigslist ad, include photos, and keep track of your current and past ads. So how do you like the system so far?
Sounds good.
What feature do you like best?
Virtual.
And the push they do everything for you.
Do you think your sellers will like the digital?
Yeah.
As the icing on the cake, we have a new and improved property marketing report. It includes number of showings, feedback on price, condition and interest of your buyers and agents, as well as number of views and click-throughs to PruFoxRoach.com and a dozen other top websites. It is comprehensive in scope and stunning in design. I am very impressed with it.
Now, how is this used, Margie?
This is your property marketing report. You can send it out by email automatically to your clients every month. There's a host of different things that you can do with it. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
How do we get that report?
That comes automatically, and we'll go through that in the webinars.
Okay.
So let me ask you, as you can imagine, this is pretty expensive. So how many of you are thinking, how much is this going to cost me? Because I'll admit, I was thinking the same thing when I first heard about the system. I started with a certain number in my mind, and with each new component, that number was growing and growing and growing. By the time the presentation was over, I was thrilled with the system and terrified of the cost. So what's it going to cost you? Amazingly enough, the answer is nothing at all. The company is bearing the entire cost of this amazing system. And yes, the company is going to save some money as we move out of print between now and the end of June, but it won't come close to covering the cost of this amazing system. I, for one, thank you, Larry Flick, for being our visionary and guiding us into the future. The digital home marketing system and the property marketing report are fully functional today. Over the next month, we'll be doing extensive training on the various components of the system, toolkit updates for your listing presentations, a presentation for your existing sellers to explain the digital home marketing system to them, and anything else you might ask. I made these little folders for you of these beautiful brochures that explain a little bit more about the overall system. I have a Google Calendar of our monthly events for the office with webinars that will play in the conference room so we can learn together. But I really encourage you to go out and sit on your own and do these webinars because it's a lot to intake, do little chunks at a time. I have these cool little wristbands. It says, do it how, to remind you, how are you going to market? Are you going to market in an obsolete way? Or are you going to market in a new, innovative way? I said earlier that we've always prided ourselves on being ahead of the curve. I personally feel like the digital home marketing system for us, we've just changed the playing field for everyone in real estate. There is a saying in ice hockey, the men probably know. I feel that with Prudential, Fox and Roach, we don't skate to where the puck is, we skate to where the puck will be. So thank you for coming out. I'm sorry I ran a little long. Let's open up the floor for questions. The training classes are all webinars for everyone. I encourage you, one might consider coming to the group classes in the conference room so we can all watch it together. The managers have been getting trained on this, but I have to learn it too, so we all have to learn it together. But the key here strongly is that most everything is automatic. So all my people, you know, we have a few, the Joyce, Jen, you know, we have a lot of Sherry who are really technically inclined, and then we have a Kathy, others not so much. Do not be fearful of this. What they did so much comprehensive research on is to really make this automatic. So the only things that you really need to work on, if you want, is Craigslist. And not everyone's a great big fan of Craigslist. So that's why it's optional. But I'm going to say, reserve judgment. Reserve judgment on such things as no print in 6 months. Reserve judgment and give this a chance to work. Prudential, they spend a lot of money and they are the forerunners in the industry. They are. So they're heading us in the right direction. Okay, so just wait and see how things happen. We'll still continue to run our print till the end of June.
As you know, I'm from the old school. And I just want to know how some of my clients of yours will not see me or their listings in the local newspapers and magazines. How will that affect my business or my relationship with my clients of yours?
Well, I think that the key word there was relationships. And I know that your sphere of influence is huge. What I would do is really, first of all, take the time to understand the different systems here. Automatic is the key word here. Everything happens automatically, number one, for you. So, you concentrate on your business and building your relationships. When you're sitting there and you're in front of Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I think that to be filled with excitement and really embrace the system and say, listen, this is the way of the future. 90% of all people start their search on the internet. This is what I need to do to help sell your home. Because that newspaper ad, this black and white ad, 3-bed eat-in kit, HW, or, do you want this, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? This is what I'm doing for you. Your virtual tours, your YouTube videos. That's the way of the future. This is what's moving products, not this. You're doing them a huge favor and your business. So I think having a real communication about how real estate is sold today in a productive way, and in the best way, in the most efficient way, is, the conversation that you need to have. And we can do some role playing, in our meetings and that kind of thing and get used to it, because you will get seller objections. But I think at the end of the day, do they want to see their house in a newspaper, or do they want to see their house sold? And I think that's the question. And you're the professional. You're being hired to be that leader. We don't tell the accountant or the doctor, oh, well, don't operate that way. Do it in this old obsolete way. We would never say that. You're the professional. They're going to you for your information. Anybody else?
Margie, is there a dialogue that we can use when we're explaining this to our clients as to how it works?
Absolutely. Again, over the next month, we'll be doing extensive training on that. We're going to handle our seller objections. We'll do role play in our meetings to make sure you feel comfortable when you're speaking to them. You have to believe it. Again, we're going back to, we're creatures of habit. I think we just do it because every Tuesday it's our deadline. But what are we really getting out of it? When we did our source of business, remember, I went around, I was chasing you all around the office to put together the report. Where did all your business come for the last 2 years? When we pulled up all your production, nothing came from print. Nothing. Everything came from our sphere of influence, and then yard signs, and then a couple open houses.
What are we going to do with the open house? Because a lot of people do, I would say most of the people who come to open houses see it in the paper.
Interesting. Well, first of all, on our Proof Ox Ridge website, under Marketing Trends, you'll see where you can, we can post, a lot of us post our open houses there. Proof Ox Ridge will also pull from all the other websites that are posting open houses, Realtor.com, our MLS systems, and it'll show all the open houses going on in the area. More times than not, when's the last time you saw someone walk in with a newspaper under their arm in one of their open houses? Or did they have color printout sheets because they printed out the MLS listings? Half the time they know more about the house than,
that's true.
So it's really coming from there. So remember, everything, we go to proofoxridge.com for everything. That's our guiding light. That's our beacon. That's where we get all of our information from.
Yeah. Other than, you said we're going to be having webinars, but are they available and that we could just do them from home?
Absolutely. Yep.
And
just
where would we find
right
them?
on My Easy Access.
Right on Easy Access under education.
And this is what your new
Easy Access.
Yes,
page.
that's what your new screen looks like now.
That's
So it's
nice.
really sharp.
Mm-hmm.
We can play around with, we can play around and pull up some addresses. Everything's live right now.
Now, what if we have problems with what's on there as far as content?
Well, the first thing we do is, we have to make sure our content's correct. So remember, it's getting pulled from the MLS listing. Make sure your photos are in there and updated and all that good stuff. And then what's going to happen, I'm going to ask you if you come to me in the office, oh, this isn't working. Did you watch the webinar? Watch your webinars. If you did all of that and you're having a tech issue or something of that nature, we go to the help desk After the help desk, then that's elevated to corporate, where they will handle something.
Now, when we need to go in and maintain our listings, whether we're updating photos or we're changing some of the text, will that automatically
Yes.
be done?
Yes.
So as soon as we do the maintaining, it's
Yes.
changed?
So
I would give it maybe a couple hours or, that
okay.
kind of thing. Remember this is a huge, huge undertaking. No other company has this whole entire system. We're going to have kinks. You always have kinks in a major thing. Reserve judgment, wait, tell me when you have issues. I'm sure we're going to have issues come up in the various different components. Let me know so that I can pass it on as well, and just give it time to unroll out.
now, how are they going to give us some type of banners or something with this 559, 59559?
We have little text bubbles. We have text bubbles, and we also have these awesome.
Like our names.
Yep, there's the text bubble. Thank you. So we have this, and they're short, so you can put the for sale sign on one, the for sale bubble or whatever.
So they put that they text that number into their phone, and then what
and then
comes up?
in the message you're going to hit PFR.
And PFR does what?
And then you hit send, and then you're listed, and then the listing will come up with your contact information. And not only your contact information, but other listings in the area as well within a certain radius, because it's GPS based.
Oh, so wherever they're in front of the sign.
Yes.
So it's going to know the listing that it's in front of. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Wow.
These labels free.
Now,
Later on
what's
today
that?
we'll be getting, this is your labels for your domain names that you can put, and you can put it right on the sign where the proofboxridge.com would go. Or
Yeah.
wherever. You can put it wherever you
So,
want.
like if it's an address, like, it'd be like 152 Harding Highway and
dot go to pfr.com. You'll be able to change this if you want. And we'll go through that in the webinars more detailed later. But just so you know, like I said, you'll have some customization. Maybe you just wanted to say 123mainstreets.com. Now that's a very, I'm sure there's a lot of 123 Main Streets out there, but you'll have some customization. So we'll go through that at one of our training classes.
And do we order those through the company? How do
They
we get
come
those?
automatically. Once your listings are downloaded into the MLS, it'll usually take about 72 hours for your website and your other automatic programs to be seen, to go live. So about 3-day turnaround.
So how would you use the concept of the website to a client? Like when you're doing a listing presentation, what does the website mean to them? That it will go to people looking at the house, and on the website will be the whole listing again?
It'll be the whole listing. It will show you a whole host of things. So let's just go back here a second. Okay, so request a showing, send to a friend, get it's its own little website. It's amazing.
That's really something.
I mean, can you imagine competing for a listing?
Yeah.
You've got it hands down. You've got every single tool. Who can offer that whole entire package? Some people might have, one or two components or that type of thing, but it doesn't come close.
So what would be the estimated value of this whole package if we had to pay for everything?
You know what? I couldn't even imagine. To be honest with you, it's amazing. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I greatly appreciate it, and we're ready to rock and roll.